we have to all remember is that people are human. And then we make mistakes. You know what I mean? And so, like, if I'm with somebody and they cheat on me, all right, Kat, this one coming to you first.
Okay.
If your partner cheats, would you stay with them?
Now, as of now, no.
Ooh,
There we go.
why?
I did have a relationship where I did stay with them after finding out that they cheated on me. But I think I was in a different time of my life where it was like the second person I've ever dated. And it went from me being a mom to my first boyfriend.
I was like, wait, you're no longer a mom?
No. Like being like momming him, you know?
Oh, yeah.
To like meeting this guy who was older and he can kind of take care of me. And then I guess I was infatuation with him. And like, it was almost like the toxic relationship in which like, oh, he didn't want me, so now I want him. Like, it's like the pullback kind of situation. Like, even though it hurt, like, I just was so infatuated that I couldn't let him go. And it was like such a weird feeling. But now that I'm older and I can see that relationship very objectively, I would say no now, but I also still think that in a relationship, there's a lot of things that could factor in when you're in a relationship, like kids. Like, a lot of people stay together because of the kid.
Would you?
No.
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't do it now because I feel like you didn't respect me and you didn't think about the kids when you did that. So why should I have to be punished?
Yeah.
Yeah, why should I have to be punished now to stay in a relationship with you when you made the problem? Like, you fucked up.
Yeah.
So why do I have to deal with the consequences?
Facts.
Okay, so
I
you
love
solid on your stand. We
Yeah,
loving it.
now I'm
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah, all right, Karen. So now for you,
It's easy.
Would you easy?
Oh my God. Yes. You answered it pretty much.
Oh, yes, you stand with him.
Absolutely not. Never.
No, why?
I just feel like it's the highest level of disrespect that you could give somebody. Like,
Yeah.
you really went out. I don't care how impulsive it was or whatever, but like, I feel like you had a moment where you really thought that this could shatter me and this could hurt me, and you still did it.
Oof. Yes.
Like, and that's why I hate that notion of like, oh, it's different when men cheat. You know me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know
you
that
chose to hurt me.
Exactly.
You knew and you still did it.
Yeah, like that's all it
We're
is.
taking it out on men. We're like, you knew. You freaking knew.
Yeah. Yeah, the way he got back, he's like, oh, I'm sorry.
It's not my bad. I'm saying sorry on behalf of all the men.
No, like I've never been cheated on too. I just want to put it out there, but I do want to say, like, it's still, I think it's just the scummiest thing to do.
It's the most painful. It's not even about the physical part of cheating.
Yes.
It's about the lying. It's the disrespect. It's like, it's not even thinking about the physical part at all. It's the thought of you knowing that it would hurt. And you still did it anyways. And you're just like, wow, so you really didn't think of me at all. And you still disregarded it.
over something so little. Like, this is somebody, most of the time it's probably like somebody you didn't love.
Like, you
or
don't
anything
care
like that.
about. Like, you just wanted to have like a quick,
Yeah.
But you could have just came to me and been like, I could have given you some. But no, you chose to do it outside of the relationship. And you're like, then why did you choose to be with me?
Yeah.
Well, what if y'all have reached a point in y'all relationship, where your partner just needed a little something different. They needed to spice it up. Everything, you've been doing and, adding to the game just wasn't working.
I feel like you should have a conversation about it.
Go.
And if the other partner is okay with it, then it's okay. As long as both party consents and you are honest and open about it. But if you already know that you have to be like hiding shit on your phone and shit, it's bad. Like, there was multiple steps on the way before you inserted yourself into
Yeah,
someone.
so many. Like you had.
Yeah.
It's not like it just. Oh God.
Yeah, like I fucking felt, oh my bad, it's an accident. And it's like, if it got to that point and both sides didn't agree, then you should choose to
That's
end
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then why do you have to do it behind someone's back? Like, just end it. Like, why do you? I love you, but I still had to get some from somewhere else, you know?
And then you go, it's not about like it's completely emotional.
Yeah.
Like even if you didn't do it for emotional reasons, it's emotional between us.
Yeah.
I love y'all responses.
Would
One
you?
thing we have to all remember
Yeah.
is that people are human.
Yeah.
And then we make mistakes. You know what I mean? And so, like, if I'm with somebody and they cheat on me, of course I'm leaving them.
Like, I was like, this is the biggest plot twist on earth.
Are you out of your mind to think I am one of the most open-minded people there are?
Yeah.
You can probably, if I'm with a person, you can come and talk to me about whatever. Yeah, we should never get to that point. If I even if I ain't laying it down, well, you should let me know the first night if I ain't laying it down. But if
Yeah.
I'm not doing my thing and you're not satisfied, I feel like I create such an open space that a person could just talk to me and just be like, hey, like XYZ, XYZ. I mean, not trying to be funny. Like, my sex game got really good because of women. And me asking for the feedback, being like, yo, so how was my head game? How was this? How was this? What'd you think of this move? And they like, yo, I like that.
Yeah.
Try this one too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I would think it would be so crazy to like be with a person we're having like, and because I'm not a cheater, so now you're like my one-on-one person. I'm like sharing my energy and like my time with you. And I'm clearly, if you're with me, I'm playing it ish with us. And like we clearly got a
Yeah.
future. And like, yeah, you would have no logic in needing to go cheat. And if you cheated, I'm gone. There's not even like, my
Yeah.
brain doesn't even like,
You know what,
Cycle
though?
that.
To be fair, like, so in the relationship that I got cheated on, I got this question asked to me, and I was very headstrong, like, hell no, like, I would leave his ass, da 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 da. But when you're in the situation, it's so much harder to feel that way when you've have these like all these emotions between you guys, and it's so much harder when the situation than when you are seeing it objectively from the outside. Like, I was headstrong about it. Like, I could say that now because I experienced it or whatever. But even when it got to the point when it happened to me, I was like, how did I not leave his ass right away? I still clung on to it, and I couldn't even help myself at that moment. So it's like when I think about what are the big celebrity relationship, it's like the Beyonce and Jay-Z, the
Oh my
Cardi
God,
B.
that was so hard to watch.
It's like they cheated, but because of the history they have between them, it is really hard to let go. And you can say it now, like, what the fuck? Like, fuck that
Yeah.
bitch. Like, he fucking cheated on me. But it's not as easy as you think it is when you're in the situation.
now you've added in a factor that
Yeah.
does matter. What have you two built together?
Yeah.
Because see,
So I
answering this
prenup.
question, yes. Like,
yeah,
answering this question objectively, like, would you just leave your person if they cheat on you? The answer is easy, yes.
Yes.
Now, if me and my partner built $1 million to $1 billion empire together, and then they cheated,
Yeah. That's a
I
little
know
messy.
people hate to bring money into everything, but I think we're all in one agreement that love don't pay bills.
Yeah.
Money is what pays it,
Yep.
and you don't need to be a slave to money.
Yeah.
But like we needed to have this podcast. So if
Yeah.
anybody's watching, like, you need an internet, which costs money, or your tablet, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like your phone. You just know where you're watching this. However you're watching this video, however we make this, is all done with money.
But if they cheat, the divorce is in your favor.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. I think in that case, if we're talking about what I'm losing, it could be possible to be overlooked. But again, we always talk, I have no problem with having a change to my mindset, but I'm not in that situation.
Yeah.
I haven't built $1 million or $1 billion empire with somebody.
Yeah.
So like at this moment, right now, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Hey,
What do you do to ensure that you leave? So, for example, you said like it's easier said than done.
Yes.
Like in that first situation.
Yeah.
So in a second situation, how would you ensure that like you leave right away? Like, is there certain like mind habits or like things that you work on to strengthen that? Or
I think
something
the
like that?
best way is that if you know at that point like it is bad but it pulls you in, you have to cut off contact completely. I think the thing I had was that I had to get the closure from that person. So I wanted to, it was like I was trying to prove it to myself. If I could talk to you face to face, I could see if you lied to me. Nah, that shit did not work. And if anything, it was easier for them to convince me back into the relationship. And it wasn't just one time. I got back together with him like 3 times. And it's crazy because your friends, my friends were fucking telling me this shit, you know? Like they were seeing it from the outside.
So they
like,
fucking them.
huh? No.
No.
What?
Wait,
No.
what the fuck?
No, like they seeing and they telling me like he's a bad guy, but like it was like
Where'd you get?
it's like I knew too, but I was kind of like making up excuses for him, and then everybody can tell you a shitty, like how shitty of a guy, like he did this to you, he did that to you, but it's not until you come to accept it yourself that you're able to let it go. Because I did this in and out, blah blah blah, and I knew it was a bad thing too because I hid it from my best friend. I was like ashamed of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I started hanging out with him as friends, whatever, like I didn't tell anyone about it because I knew it was like a shitty situation. And then one day he did something like so minor, but then it's like a switch just flipped in my head, and I was like,
I'm better than that.
yeah, like what the fuck am I doing? And then I recognize the cycle too, because I'll be like, oh, blah blah blah, like I don't think we should be friends, like I don't think it's working, like I can't